You know what we should do? Like in New Year's-ish, we should see how we talked when we first started talking.
Can we? I've been wanting to do that. I remember one day we like looked at a little bit, but we paused it so we could watch it together on stream.
Yeah, we should. I feel like we spoke really differently. Chat, did we talk different? Really? I feel like you did too.
I also did.
Did you think we'd vibe with each other?
Did I think we would be like to this extent? No.
I have a hat for you. Me? No, absolutely not.
I just thought you'd be like an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you meet a VTuber and you do a collab and you're like, hey.
I also thought that we'd just be acquaintances.
That's usually how it goes. It's like not like it's a bad thing, but there's just a lot of VTubers like when we meet, it's just you're like, oh, nice to meet you, you know, and then like
yeah,
that's the extent of it because we're all kind of like busy and stuff, or like I don't know, it just doesn't. You don't click the same way you would expect. You know what I mean? Like not in a bad way. It's just like some people have a moment and then some people like don't.
I'm gonna be honest, what do you expect from like a bunch of VTubers mostly are either anxious, introvert, or socially anxious. It's one of those usually. So
I'm very socially anxious.
I mean, most of the time, I don't expect to make like lifelong friendships like in VTubing, I guess, because the meta chat, the honest meta, right, is you don't expect it, so when it comes to you, you're like pleasantly surprised. But if it doesn't, you're not like insanely disappointed. You know what I mean? Most of the time, people are here just to have fun and to like make content, but nothing more. Like nothing like lifelong thingy. So I don't really expect it. That's not like a bad thing. That's like a normal thing, I think, because it's also not a smart idea to just trust anybody off the bat. Me think you need to be a bit more careful, especially in VTubing.
I don't even know what it was, but I just felt like I needed to know you.
You know, when you told me that, like the first time we hung out, I was like, I don't understand it. Because I remember the first time we met, you were the one that's like, you made the most effort to like try and hang out. And I was like, I don't know why she's doing that. And I think at one point I was like really nervous because I was like, why is she doing that? But she's just really nice.
She was like, oh, my phone died, sorry. She was like really was skeptical about me at first because I wanted to be her friend. And then like after, I don't remember, like there's one conversation that shifted something in her brain. I think it was like that 4-hour talk about empathy or some shit that caused a shift in her about me. But after that, she like literally said like, she's like, wait, like I like you, like I think I want to be friends with you. And I'm like, what the fuck were we before? And like, okay,
yeah, because most of the time, especially for me, I've said this before, but like I think I'm not saying like it's easy to misunderstand me. It's not that. It's like off stream, because maybe on stream I'm more expression filled, right? So when it's like off stream and stuff, and people realize that I'm like more flat in my tone, and I don't really like talk too much. Like I know this is, it's so, I don't know how to explain it. It's like I talk, but I'm very straight to the point, you know? Like I try not to be like too long with my words, and I'm just very like, oh, this, that, and that's kind of it, you know? So people tend to, it's easier to misunderstand. I'm not blaming them though. I think it's fair play. But because of that, I also try to be as safe as possible and not... I try not to say anything that will land me like a fucking... People misunderstand and boom, Google Docu. You know what I mean, chat? I think I would lose my mind. So I try to be as... What is it? Detached a little bit. But then,
yeah, and then I came and I was like, yeah, you're not doing that if you're gonna talk to me. And she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but then you also like make a lot of effort to like understand me. You know, it's like,
why do you say that though? Like I don't. Like I just
I do this. The
I just feel like it's easy to talk to you, like, and get you. Dude, she's like, this is why, like, I like to be open with you, because, like, you're the only one that does it, like, makes the, like, the effort.
That's true.
Whatever. Or, like, you, and then I'm just like, what do you mean effort? Like, it's just talking to you to me. Like, is it really that hard for people to, like,
I don't think it's, like, the hard part. I think it's just, like, you don't want to, when you want to make, like, a relationship with people, right? Sometimes you just want it to be, like, easy breezy, you know, like the more easier breezier one. You know what I mean, chat? It's like you'd rather have a friendship that's easier to build than a friendship that you actually have to, like, learn and understand. You know, it's not that it's not worth it. It's just understandable if some people don't want to do that. I'm never gonna put it against nobody. Yeah, like path of least resistance. So
Michi, you're easy to understand.
No, but that's the thing, right? There are people that are like, they find it easy to understand. Like they're like, oh, it just makes sense, and I appreciate that. But I'm gonna be very honest. That is not the norm. I'm gonna be honest, chat. Recently, there was like another misunderstanding. Like misunderstandings with me always happens. Okay, that's all I can say. It's not their fault. It's probably me. And I'm trying to like be easier to understand. I'm trying to be more like articulate and like express myself better. Because here's another thing, chat. I don't like talking about my problems when it happens, right? So the people that are close with me, if they're like, oh, you never tell me anything, that can be like an issue, you know? Because it's like, you don't tell me anything. And I'm like, yeah, I tell you after it's over. And then they see that as like, you don't want to rely on me, you know what I mean? There's a lot. Are you done? Oh, welcome back.
Hello.
I remember, actually, if anything, I remember I told Numi, it's like, it's really easy to misunderstand me, but it's not their fault because I get it. Like, it has happened so often that I'm not blaming them. Like, I'm trying my best to be easier to understand and be more good with describing how I feel, or like, be more gentler, I guess, with stuff. And then he's like,
shock you when I just got you.
Yeah, but I remember you're like, I don't get that. Like, you're not hard to understand, blah, blah, blah. And now we've hung out enough for you to see that you've seen the situations where people completely misunderstand what I say. And I'm like, it's not their fault. It's literally nobody's fault. I understand why people would do that.
I saw somebody say, like, people think I'm fake when they first meet me. Is there something wrong with just being kind? What do you mean by that? Like, I don't know what can be considered like fake. More so like, I'm just friendly. And then if I like you, I want to try to get to know you. And then I guess people might misinterpret it as I need something else. But to me, I'm just like, no, this is just me trying to be friends with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. I understand why people would misunderstand me. It's not, I'm not being like, oh my god, no one sees things the way I do. It's not that. It's just, off stream, I have a tendency to be very straightforward, right? Like, too straightforward. And on stream, I try not to give too much of an opinion. But off stream, I do have an opinion. When it comes to like real life stuff, chat, shockingly enough, I do have opinions. So, the issue is, I am so point blank when I describe them that it can come off as harsh or rude. So that's where it comes in play. I've been trying to be like better at it though. I've been trying to be like verbalizing. Yeah, I've been telling her about it. Like,
this is like straight down. Can we see? Is there anything below us?
So this is a big ramp, and you just have to floor it basically. Floor it, Numi. Floor it, Numi. Bye. You got this. Oh.
We made it!
Whoopee! Yeah, it's like, when I say like I get misunderstood easily, it's really not their fault. It's mostly it's a me thing. I don't think I verbalize myself very well, and I'm too monotoned when I speak, which makes it really hard to understand what my intentions are, you know?
I don't think it's that.
You say that,
we're going off of no. If we're going off of specific thing, it's just you learn how to. With every person that you meet, everybody's talked to and treated a little differently. It's not that it's not like you changing a part of yourself. It's more of like you kind of adjust depending on who you're talking to. You like, you know, you show some more familiarity with some, and maybe some people you're gonna be a little more cordial and shit, right? Like, I think that's the only part that could cause any sort of misunderstandings, is because of you trying to figure out how to talk to people. And because of that, it could lead to misunderstandings, but it's just you're just trying to figure out how to talk to somebody, and maybe you just take a little bit longer, whereas some people can read that immediately. But I think it's like a different level of skill if you're able to just know how to talk to people right away.
Communication is a two-way street.
Some people say I can do that, but I'm like, no, there's some people where it's like, it just doesn't work. And I'm damn, like, what do I do about this?
It's not all on you.
Yeah, Kat also said it's a two-way street, but I think I can make the two-way street easier, you know what I mean? I think it's also on me to try and make it easier. Like, if someone's trying, then I should also not be like, oh, you understand me, and that's it. This is who I am, like it or not. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Sometimes you'll like blame yourself and say like, nah, I get it. It's because I'm like this and this. I'm like, no, it's because it's a two-way street. They can also do more to try to understand you better as well.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate you a lot, because you took like the time, you know what I mean? You took the time to like teach me about it as well. Like, most of the time, it's not that like you taught me about like, oh, this is how to talk in general, but you taught me how to talk to you, which makes it easy for me, because I'm like, so this is like, if I say this or do this, she will interpret it this way, and if I don't do this, she will interpret it. Like, I like that, because most of the time people would expect me to know how to do it, and I don't, and they become upset, and I get more confused. And then here's the thing, this is where it comes on me. I think if I get like frustrated in that sense, where I'm like, I don't know what you want from me, but you're upset, and I'm gonna try to like make it better, and I try, and then they either don't get better or they're even more upset, I will give up. I'm a very honest person. I am not the type to like try over and over again. I try once and then I give up if I don't understand it. So I appreciate people that are like because it's because you did this or you did not do this, it made me blah blah blah, you know, because then I'm like, I see, that's how I could actually change.
Just like the city takes 300 years to expand the road, you're growing at your own pace. Any progress at all is wonderful. Michi world has become a bit too much of a safe space, though, so even small issues
like,
grow.
Oh,
large
friendship and stuff. We talked about it like immediately, and so like and then every time we talk or have an issue, like straight up, guys, real life shit. Like if we have a problem, we call immediately.
Oh yeah.
There's anything like we will literally call each other. Like I will call her and be like, hey, can we talk? And then she'll wake up and then she'll do it, vice versa.
Yeah, like if there's like an actual problem, that's why I keep telling chat, it's like, don't worry about it, because like everything on stream is like, it's a joke. We're like lightheartedly joking. Our banter is sadly like a little, you know, it's one of those like argument banters, right? But if there's an actual serious problem and one of us is like genuinely affected by something, we would message each other being like, okay, we need to talk about something, and we segment the time properly to talk about it. Because you know what, that's a very normal adult thing to do. But I'm a little bit proud of the fact that I can actually, like, when I give my opinions recently, it doesn't cause that much of a hassle, you know? It doesn't cause like too much of like, it's easier to understand, and it's more gentle too. So I've been learning to be a bit like gentler with my words. Keep in mind, chat, and how I'm raised is when we bring up stuff, it's always like point blank, here's the problem, here's the solution, everything else is done. Like anything else outside of the problem and a solution, you deal with yourself, you know what I mean? So if it's like, that approach can be good if you like stuff like that. But some people require a gentler take, because sometimes there is a problem and the solution is not something you do, but something you work towards. Or it's just time, right? Like sometimes the solution is just time. So it's something that you need to be gentle when you say stuff like that. And I've been learning it more. But that's why I think...
And I'm so proud of you.
I think with you, the reason that got me like, honestly, I fuck with this person is because like I say something and I would say something offhandedly, but then it's like you remember that, right? So then when I say stuff in the future, you're not like, I explain it, like,
Oh, like that one time.
yeah, like you remember the shit I say. So when I actually say something that sounds weird, you understand why I do, like I said the things I say. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, oh yeah, this is my, it's like this, right, Chad? If someone tells you, it's like, oh, my upbringing has always been very straightforward and cold. And then a couple of days later, we have a problem, and I actually approach it very straightforward and cold. People are like, oh, what the fuck? That's weird. Why would you do that? It's like, I actually never made the correlation myself until Numi made it. So that's one of the reasons I'm like, damn, I gotta fuck with you because I never saw it like that. She was like, yeah, it makes sense because you were taught that way. So why else would you know any different? And I'm like,
Well, yeah.
so yes.
Very environmental. Like when you're like developing as a person, it like straight
We
up
survived that.
Whatever you're around. So like, if you're around horrible people or just really bad like work ethics or just bad things, you're gonna, even if you try to not do it, you will adopt a little bit of that kind of behavior, or like you will have like trauma from it. It's like one or the other. You know, you learn from it and you're like, I shouldn't be like this, or you kind of grow up like that and then you realize later, wait a minute, this isn't the way that other people do with that shit, and then you go on from there, or you could just learn from mistakes. Yes.
Yeah, that's why. I think that's why I'm like, oh my god, because she, like, okay, here's the thing. When people tell you it's like, oh, I have a bad upbringing, people tend to just be like, oh, that's so bad. I'm here to support you, blah blah blah. But then something I'll say, chat, if you're raised, if your upbringing is not very like positive or supportive or like very, you know, kind, right? You're not going to grow up to be a very, like, you're not naturally going to know how to be kind. I don't know, not kind as a nice, but like gentle. That's just the truth. Like if your upbringing is not smooth, you're not going to be a smooth person. And sometimes people like to be empathetic to the first part, but then when you actually react the way you're taught to react, oh my god, there's that weird honk sound. Yeah, people get upset. And that's when I'm like, that's why I know, like, I know my plus and minuses and I'm working towards it.
I'm just so proud of her. She like, honestly, in like the 1 month that she was at my house, like, she changed so much in the 1 month that I was like worried that when she went back home, it would just revert. I was like, fuck. Hello! The progress that was made, I hope she never forgets it. But like, I don't know. I just, for me, I just hate when there's a problem and it's not talked about. Like, it pisses me off, like, for my own sake, just because I like to understand why, you know? Like, if I've always had that like natural curiosity with life, period, but like with people, I want to know why this or that happened. Like, I need to understand it or I will go insane. And so if Michi says something, like when we were in person together, hanging out, vibing and shit, like there was like one time where like she said something and was laughing about it, but I took it so seriously that like it bothered me until it was just me and her. Until it was just me and her driving home, and then I was like, I need you to talk. Like, and at first she was trying to like laugh it off, and I was like, no, I want to talk about it. And then we were like seriously talking about it for like the whole fucking drive home.
Yeah, because
to the point where I thought I like ruined the night because I was like trying to understand like her thought process and everything. And then I was like, did you still have a nice time?
I have a tendency of just like, if it's comments regarding how I feel, I tend to not take it too seriously. And low-key, I fear that may not, like, she took it so seriously. Like, Numi took it super seriously because I was like, I'm okay. It's just, you know, this thing makes me uncomfortable. But who cares about it? Like, it's fine. Like, I can handle it. It's not an issue.
Me!
And then she was
that's exactly
so
what I did.
serious. She was like, me! And then she just continues talking about it, and I'm like, damn. Okay.
Okay, she just like literally like something that causes her like discomfort. She just tried to like be like, no, but it's like fine. And I'm like, but
it is. I'm not the type to be like, oh, it's fine, but it's not fine. Like,
literally,
it's fine. I would
literally
handle
just
it.
changed. Like, it affected you like so. I'm like, why would you just brush that shit off? And then afterwards, I learned that I like literally never brought it up again. Like, it's like. Dude, dude, it's just like with like words that we shouldn't say or can't say. If like even if it's not like a bad word, if somebody says it makes them uncomfortable, I will remove it from my vocabulary for the rest of my life. Like I will never say it again. And so like I take that shit hella serious. And so she's like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, big deal to me. I don't fucking care. And then after that, she was like, wow, you really meant it when you said you would never like do anything like that again. I'm like, well, yes.
That's the thing. Because when I say it's okay. It's not that big of an issue. I actually mean it. Like, if let's say nothing changed, I would have been fine. Like, I'd be like...
Anyways.
Well, point
I thought that Michi was always going to be just like, I don't know, somebody I'd say hi to every now and then. But then I was like, low-key, I want to get to know her. And then I did. And then we met in Thailand. And then I was like, I want to hang out with her even more. And then after... her subathon, I was like, well, now I want her right next to me. And then she was at my house. And now I'm over her.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take it.
Why would you say you take that?
Wow.
Why would you say you'll take that? I'm
She's
literally,
so
I
mean
woke up
to me.
early for you.
She's
I
so
woke up
mean.
early for you.
She's bored of me already. I knew it. God, it's all Epic Games' fault. And I could
That's
really
her biggest
impress
fear.
her.
She doesn't, she like her biggest fear, and then I'm just like, I'd make a one little joke about it, and she's like, oh my god, you mean it? I'm like, no, I really don't. Why would I be? I woke up at 7:30 for you today. So
You meant it. I can't believe it.
no, I didn't. Do you want me to mean it?
Wow. See, she does that every time I say this. I would lament and doom post, and she goes, "Do you want that?" And I'm like,
Well, yes.
Wow.
Well, do you want that or what? Okay, she's gonna kill me. All right.
Don't worry. I'll save you.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
right.
I think you're still one of the bestest things to ever happen to me. No.
Yay.
And then we can rewatch our first. No, you know what we should watch? We should watch the timeline video that somebody made of our first like month of talking.
There's a timeline?
Yeah, didn't Mata watch it? It was like a 1 or 2 hour compilation of us first talking and meeting.
What?
Yeah.
That's a thing. I think there are some people that you meet in your life that it's just a very pleasant surprise. And I think Numi is one of those pleasant... You know what? Now that she's not hearing this right, I'll say it. I think Numi is one of those pleasant surprises. I didn't think we'd become friends because Numi is very emotionally mature and I'm very
Purple
not.
Yuri cliffhanger done.
It's cliffhanger time. Like, I am very not as mature, and when I say like not emotionally mature, I feel like I'm just not emotionally built as well. You know, I'm not very taught a lot of the emotional stuff. Oh, she's at restart. Okay, hold on. Maybe I'll just task manager Discord. Like, I'm not raised to think about the more emotional aspects of things, chat. So I know that's one of my weakest points, but I'm trying to get better. It's definitely just more difficult when you're not built that way. Like, you're not raised to do that. You know what I mean?
Hello.
Oh my god, we're back!
Thank God.
We're so
you
back.
are emotionally built. You just haven't had any chance to build anything. You never had the opportunity or chance to, and that's why you've been growing so much this past year, because you've actually had like people around here who are like wanting you to open up and just be emotional if you want to. And so then you've been doing such a good job at that. So obviously I'm always gonna be happy and proud of you, and I'm always happy. And like the change that you have is so big because you want to be like that, and you want to like do more for the people around you and for yourself. And because of that, you've been making a lot of progress, and literally everybody can see it. Like, everybody can see it too. And that's why we always get super happy and proud of you. And I get really excited because it's because like when she grows, it's like such a big thing that it's almost as if like every single day I get to learn more new, really fun, endearing things about her. Like the more that I talk to her every single day, and I learn more things, and then I think it's the cutest thing ever. And she just yap for hours and hours about literally everything, and I will just like lay there and be like, Aga, it's great.
No, but I feel that way towards you too. You know, that's something. Okay, chat, I'm gonna be honest. Like, most of my friends are people who either they come from the same type of upbringing, so they talk the same, or they come from the same upbringing, so they understand why I talk this way and they're used to it, right? I'm not I'm not even kidding. Like, even Ollie, for example, like, she understands because, I mean, we come from, like, the same type of, like, culture, roughly. So I've never really had a friend that's, like, very emotionally, like, oomph, you know what I mean? And, like, they put a lot of, like, you put a lot of meaning to a lot of little things. And I understand why. Like, I think that's the coolest part. I got to see why you do the things you do and, like, why you have the habits you do. I always find it very interesting. But I know people like me would be kind of like a hassle for people like you. You know, I don't explain it. You know what I mean? But
I don't think it's a hassle. People who are a little more reserved, or they're, I guess, kind of like when we first met, I always feel excited and interested to learn more because I just feel like, I don't know, I just love to learn about people and how they talk, how they work. And then I'm like, now where can I nestle myself into this little world that you've built here, and set up camp type shit, and ask you to sit next to me as we roast some marshmallows, you know?
Bro, I'm not kidding. Sometimes I feel like when you say that, in my head, I am a very big, like, I am but a caveman tapping my little sticks and rocks together, and that is the world I have. That is the world I have built, okay? It's very like, it is empty, but it is warm. That's kind of all I got going for me, guys. But
I saw this one TikTok where, like, they were saying, like, oh my god, like, the POVs, like, Katniss thought she was just like some bitch, and then everybody else saw her as like scary as fuck. It's like you don't understand how you're seen to other people, like vice versa. Every single person when she came here that met her just knows and could tell that she's just so smart and cool and, like, great. And then you try to tell her that, and she's just like, no, it's like whatever. I'm like, okay, girl, like, okay. And, like, you, like,
when
the more I spend time with her, the more happy. Like, my dad never comments like this on anybody, and then he was just like, you could tell just, like, by one conversation with her how smart and cool she is. And I'm like, I know, right? And I felt like that episode of Patrick showing off SpongeBob. I'm like, look at guys, look at my Michi. Like, literally, like, what was it? The day that I brought her, like, over to my house, I introduced her to my dad, like, literally the first day. And I was like,
I love your dad.
Michi. And we're wearing our matching outfits.
We are.
Did you ever tell? We had matching SpongeBob outfits that we wore together.
And then she took me on a hammock and she kept swinging, and I was like, girl, please don't swing, we're going to fall. And she's like,
But I
you
thought
know
you
what
liked that day.
It was very sweet. It was one of my favorite days, but I was so scared. I've never been on a hammock before. So when Numi was like, look what I'm gonna do. You know, it feels like you're on a very rusty old elevator and one of your friends decides to jump. Like, that's how it felt like. I was like, ah, ah. So I was afraid. Either way, I don't know. I think I've learned a lot from you as well, but I've also learned a lot about you from learning of you. Like, you know, like, learning from you, I learned a lot about you as well. And I think it's really cool. Ethel said you were the highlight of this TwitchCon, Michi. It really is Dude, I'm not kidding. With Ethel, I wish I could talk to him more. And they were just like, hey, man. And that's all I said. Like, even with your dad, like, we were just talking about hyperfixations, which I really like. I like when people have hyperfixations, because if I don't understand it, I've said this before, I don't care what it's about. I want to know why you like it. And then when your dad told me about his hyperfixation, I spent the next 3 days watching videos about it, because I'm like, wow, wait. So this is why he finds it interesting. Let me find out more. Because I think it's really cool. But either way, I think, I don't know. I really appreciate the fact that you nestled into my life in general. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like in your head you're like, I want to befriend her, and I did not want that in the start. Like, I think I've told you this, but when we first met, I thought, like, I wanted to just be like we know each other. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be anything more. It doesn't have to be like anything like reishi. We don't have to be close. We just have to know each other, and that's it, right? But then we actually got closer, and I remember the first time, like, we actually spoke, I was like, damn, she's really not like me, actually. Like, when I talk about shit and she's like, huh? I do, like, she says something as the exact opposite of how I think. I'm like, fuck, she's not like me at all. Gang, it's cooked. I think we're just gonna be acquaintances. Like, we're gonna hang out in collabs. Outside of collabs, though, we're not gonna do anything more, so it's whatever. And then we continued talking. There were times like she would message, I would not respond. And there was that one time you set up a collab and I forgot, and I felt so guilty. But it was like, I didn't really think too deep about it outside of work. Like, it's just a work
She's
thing.
so lucky I didn't give up after that. Dude, I was so like, okay, this person really doesn't.
No, but I felt really bad about that collab. Like,
damn, that shit was so wild. I'm like, dude, this girl like really does not fuck with me at all. That's actually insane. And like, we were already planning our Thailand trip and shit by then. And I was like, did she like literally just do it because the first time we talked, she was like happened to be going there? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, that shit was crazy. You know, I think the best part about you coming to California was me like actually like being like, oh wait, oh she does actually. Wow, like I think she likes hanging out with me.
hello!
And it took a long time for that one, yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I remember when we were talking and she was like, I told her everything. So like, when I first met you, I didn't think we would vibe very well. So I didn't think we would be friends, or like I mean, we'd be friends, but not anything more. Like we wouldn't be close friends or anything, because the way we think is so different. And I didn't really think it'll work out, you know? And she was like, but when we first met, you wanted to hang out in Thailand. And I was very honest. The reason I was like, let's go to Thailand was because I was talking about this with Kamimi at first, way before then. And we planned a Thailand trip, just me and Kamimi and another friend. And then Kamimi was like, Numi is one of like my closest friends, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? This can be an opportunity for Kamimi because this is my first time meeting Kamimi then. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll make her more comfortable. And also I get to like talk to a new person, you know, 2 bird, 1 stone type shit. And then Kamimi canceled. And I was like, oh, damn, the thing is, when Kamimi canceled, show was already brought to the fucking story. So I'm like, damn, you know what? And not just show, Yusan was already like invited. So it's like, at first it was me and Kamimi, and then I invited Numi, and then there was Show, and then Yusan, right? So with Show and Yusan, I'm already friends with them. So I'm like, fuck, I can't just ditch them last minute because they already bought their tickets. So I'm like, fuck. All right, I'll just power through it. It wasn't because of Numi. It was because of Kamimi at first. But it all became a happy coincidence. It's one of those like happy little accidents. Because I thought you hate my ass. I'm going to be very honest. I know you're like, what? That would be impossible. I'm going to be honest. A lot of the people in my life that would be like, oh, not my life, but the people I encounter that would have a harder time understanding, or like, not understanding me, but it's like I have a harder time understanding them and they have a harder time understanding me, are people like the type like you, where it's like more emotionally mature. You're more like warm and soft and caring and like, you know, stuff like that I feel it, but I have a hard time expressing it. So I'm like instantly like, okay, like I see how this is gonna turn out, and I'm just gonna be very careful with it. So I'm just gonna like go the other way because I was so scared that you were going to find me annoying. So I was like, I'd rather not know. Like, it's not even about you. It's literally just, I'd rather not find out that you find me unbearable to be around. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh.
No, I know that you would ask me that like every 3 business days when you were here at the house. And I'm like, but I would do the same exact thing. So I can't even falter for that. It would be like one or the other. It's like I would wake up and be like, good morning. And she'd be like, do you hate me? And I'd be like, no, what the fuck? Did I say good morning wrong? Like, and then like the next day she'd be like, good morning. And I'd be like, are you having a good time hanging out with me? Like, do you regret spending a whole month with me? And she's like, what the fuck? What? And I'm like, you're right. No, you're right. Maybe I should just jump. And then she's like, no. It's great. Love that shit. And I also love how it's like talking about our first meeting and she's like, no, yeah, like I actually just did not fucking care about you. Like I was gonna be with Camila, and then after this, I like genuinely just did not give a fuck about you at all until like Thailand. Then I was like, no, she's all right. Like, but before that, no, I just thought you should just fucking rock. I'm like, okay, like
I didn't
just
say all that.
This is what it comes off as when you're just saying. She's like, yeah, no, like it wasn't you at all. Nothing about it had anything to do with you because I just didn't fucking like you like at all. I'm like,
I
okay.
didn't know you. We literally just met.
You know what? I also didn't know you, but it's just I'm neutral. It's not like I did not want to fuck with this person, and I was more like, oh, I'm excited to meet somebody. She's
I'm a very not meeting type of person. Like, I don't meet people unless I already know them. You know, I'm
then
very
you
anxious.
brought it up.
Well, at least you know I'm honest. at least now, if I tell you I like you, I'm actually honest. Because if I don't, I would also be equally as honest about it. Okay, that's my truth. But either way, be very honest. It's not overthinking. I think there's just like, if people know me for like the more outer layer of it, and they enjoy and they like vibe with me for that, I want, like, okay, I liked hanging out with you. I like spending time with you. I have that fear that if I kind of like open up too much, you would realize that I am actually very unbearable, and I'd rather not find out. But okay, this is in the start. Okay, in the start of it, like, I'm scared that if I open up too much, you'd be like, damn, I kind of don't want to deal with that, and then I'd rather not reach that point. So I want to keep it as like, oh, this level is good. Let's keep it that way. Like, you know, like the stats in this level is good. We'll keep it that way.
I wish there were, guys, like, the things that she's like, these are the, like, she would slowly start to show a little more parts of her. And she's like, I was scared that you'd hate me, like, the next morning after she would open up a bit, and the things that I can't say on stream. Like,
What?
I was like crying of laughter, like, with just some of the things that you would be like open up about. You're like, just stupid things, just nothing like, but it would make me like fucking cry laughing, because it was just not what I would expect her to talk about. You know what I mean, guys? It's just like, I'm talking about like SpongeBob, and then she just brings up, I don't know, like Hannah Montana. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like versus me, when I'm like really scared for you to see like the kind of person I am the more you hang out with me, and then it was just me being cracked the fuck out at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, chat, like, y'all know this, okay? Like, I don't show it too much, but y'all know this. I'm all about a Doom poster. Well, not Doom poster, but I get Gloopy, and I have like, well, not the one that she's thinking about specifically, but sometimes I'm not always a very positive person with a very positive outlook.
Positive all the time. It's like, she was like so scared about like being like that, and I was like, I literally like she'd be like saying, she's like, I'm like scared, blah blah blah. After I like just cried for like 2 hours next to her, and then she's just like, no, like, but I don't really want to like show that. So I'm like,
no,
like,
you know the
it's like I felt like I was just in front of her, and she's like, no, like,
I told you some like skeletons in my closet type shit, and I told chat this, if one day it ever comes out, right, I don't know how to explain this, chat. Half of like the majority of the skeletons in my closets are just so fucking painfully depressing that it's like, it's not even tea at that point. Like, what are you gonna say? It's just a mood ruiner. So sometimes I like to not be too open, because it kills the vibe, and it's very awkward, and it just kind of kills the vibe.
There's
sometimes.
So many different kinds of skeletons in her closet. Yeah. One of the skeletons that she told me like literally had me realizing like maybe I'm not a bad person. Like, maybe I'm like great, you know?
The way you word it makes it sound so fucking bad, girl. Oh my god.
You're right, guys. She robbed a bank.
Hello! You see that? The way she words it is so fucking insane. I'm like opening my heart and soul to her, and she's like, wow, I realize I'm not that bad of a person. I'm like, oh, wow.
It's my payback for her just being like, you know, when we first met, like, I just didn't think we would like fuck with each other, like, period, like, trash can. I'm like, right.
I thought we didn't fuck with each other. That's true. But I thought if we did fuck with each other, it'll be more like surface level, not too deep, you know? But you were very,
I get that.
Yeah, like you were very like understanding and patient. Like, okay, chat, I've said this before. I'm not like, I don't hide this. I am a very, like, the me now, I built, okay? Like, this is not how I am naturally. I was not the best person in the past. I will agree. It's not that fucking, it's not insanely bad, but it's not like, well, yeah. It's not that, it's not, okay, the way you word it, girl, okay, the fact that you can't say what it is, people will fucking think it's one of the worst things imaginable. Girl, I need you to fucking understand this awkward position I'm in, because I'm not telling them what it is. Not her fucking twisting it around.
Stuff do to me. That's why it's really funny, dude, when I get to do it back.
She's so fucking annoying. How many people did you... Chad, I'm sad you have to know this. No, but y'all know I used to have anger issues. Okay, I was a very insanely more not heartless but colder. My job required like peak efficiency, so I was very like unfeeling and very like demanding when it comes to like 90% of my life is work. So a lot of my response is very like cold and be, you know, I'm not proud of the person I used to be, but I built the person I am now through like hard work and effort. Okay, and it's not just me.
You made an effort.
It's not just me though. It's also I'm grateful that I met people along the way that like helped me become the person that I am, because back then I didn't think about much. So it's one of those things that I'm not gonna run away from. It's just I'm not the same person I was in the past, you know? So a lot of skills in my closet are very like, wow, I did this or this happened, and it's like, it's just depressing, man. It's not even like gotcha. It's not a gotcha moment or like a, oh my god, that's crazy. I own up to that shit. If anything ever happens, I'll own up to it. Yeah, I used to fucking do that. But you know what? I don't do that anymore, though. You see what you did to me?
My favorite like way of like her like reassuring me that she cares about me is being like, if I didn't care about you, I would not give a fuck about like this and like I would just be really cool, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh okay. She's like,
that's true though. Especially with like talking outside of streaming, I really do not like talking because I'm very like. I like typing because with typing I can actually think about what to say next. But with talking, it's like you can't fail a QTE. You know what I mean? And I'm pressured and I can't do it. I just can't. So I wouldn't talk to anybody. But with you, I actually go like I would talk to you because I want to hear your voice. So if that doesn't tell you that I actually enjoy spending time with you and I actually like you as a person, I think you are fucking insane. We already knew that you did some bad stuff as a mafia princess. Fuck you, chat. You see this shit? Dude, people have this fucking... whatever. Point is, chat.
I literally didn't even know that she didn't talk to people till she told me, bro.
I don't. I've even shown you my phone. I showed her everything where it's like...
I closed my eyes. I try to be respectful.
No, like I show you how many times like people would talk and I just don't talk too much. I'm not like super yappy off stream because it's different. Like one thing is like talking to people just lightly, right? And then there's another thing in like actually having a full-blown detailed conversation, or it sometimes get very overwhelming and I'm scared. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared of fucking up. But that's not in a way like I'm so scared of fucking up, guys, that I'm just nervous. It's not that. It's like honestly, I'm so scared of fucking up, I'd rather not try. And that is one of my very bad points. Numi knows this too. I'm a giver-upper, you know? Like, I'm so scared that I'll ruin something that I'd rather not touch it to preserve it as is. So that's what I thought would also happen with my relationship with Numi. Because we were not, like, we're off to a good start. We're vibing like this, surface level. I'll keep it that way. But then, Numi was very, like, you were understanding, but I think the reason I opened up to you more and like got comfier with you is because you also expressed yourself. So I understood you. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not about people understanding me. I'm fine if people don't understand me. If you make it hard for me to understand you back, I don't know what to do. Like, I wouldn't know what kind of person you are. Like, even in Thailand, like I told you, it's like, I didn't really want to talk to you until you started talking about yourself. Because I know, like, Numi has this thing where she wants to listen to other people, so she tries to talk to kind of understand what other people are like. But when she does that, I don't know what she likes, and I don't know what kind of person she is. Like, if you misunderstand me, I'm fine with that. I can work with that. But if I can't understand you, I don't know what to do. So the fact that you make it easy for me to, like, you're also very open, you know? And I don't think you're very open to a lot of people. So the fact that you're open with me, I appreciate it. So you express how you feel and you tell me why you do the things you do. You express to me why you like a certain thing or why you dislike a certain thing. It's so easy that I'm like, damn, she's already making it so damn easy that I want, like, it's not like I've always wanted to, but I have no excuse to pussy out. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't pussy out anymore. I have to fucking lock the fuck in because she's spelling it out for me. So I'm like, okay, I
feel like when we were at the tattoo shop, I chose the right dialogue option every time. Like, I 100%ed that shit, y'all. I 100%ed that shit so fucking good because like I could like it felt like I don't even know if you intended for it to come off like that, but like when right before we bonded, there was like that moment where like I tried to get her to open up and she just kind of shut it down, but like framed the next like conversation in a way where it's like if I chose wrong, it was over type shit. And so I was like, wait a minute, let me lock the fuck in for a second here, and then I like. And then like I reckon, because well you were like, well the way that you did it, you're like, oh, I want to know what you have to say, but if you don't want to share it, like that's okay. And I was like, she wants me. I'm okay. And then I was like, wait a fucking second. Like let me think here. Think, Numi, think. And then I had a brain blast, and then I 100%ed that shit. So fucking good. And then it carved the path to victory, boys. I figured it out. And then afterwards too, though, it made me understand her so much better. But that was like the last day, so it was already over. But like I finally had the opening. I was like waiting for, like, the funny thing is the whole Thailand trip, I was waiting for that fucking opening, and I never had a moment to have that opening. All it took was me being isolated with her for like 5 fucking hours to finally get that story dialogue option to open up, bro. And I was like, I finally see it. The path to love and victory. And then I took it. And then, yeah, like she does have a tendency to doom so fucking bad too. Like, and it was super duper extreme during the California trip at one point. And then, like, you know, she's like, I usually just shut it up before it ends or whatever. And she was like that in the very beginning. And I had a moment too where I was like, do I just let that happen? And I was like, no. And then I just kind of talked. And so like one morning I was like, okay, let's get on the same page here. And then afterwards, by the end of the trip, she was like, no, like I don't really want to do that. Like I would normally do that, but like now I don't want to do that anymore. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I chose the right dialogue option again. Holy shit, I did it again. And yeah, and then we talked like a couple days ago. I don't know how true it is, guys. I'm still trying to figure it out on my own. But she did say, she's like, I won't try to do that anymore with you. And I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, I want you to know, it's literally abandonment, okay? Like, I tell people this, I have very big abandonment issues. People think it's like, oh my God, you have abandonment issues. That means you're gonna be clingy. No, if you give me even like one reason that you're going to leave my ass, I will leave first out of fear. And that is like the most, like, it's kind of fucked, but that's like my instinct, you know. It's like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, because the way I look at you, I'm like, if I see you as like a very like lifelong friend type of shit, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not part of my life, I'm yumping, right? But if you give me one reason that like, oh shit, she doesn't think the same, I'm gonna leave first, you know. That's like the first instinct. But there are people in my life that like I will actively fight through that instinct, because I would rather sit through it, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather be here, even if one day it's like, worst case, something happens and you decide to leave my ass. I'd rather have like the max amount of time I can spend with you, because I genuinely want to spend time with you. So that's what I told her. I'm like, I'd rather sit through this, because I genuinely just want to spend as much time as I possibly can with you. Because I actually like spending time with you.
I don't even think I'm persistent. I feel like I just try to give a safe environment for her to like open up if she wants to. I don't think I'm like persistent at all. I just try to talk, and then she talks back. And then
I feel like
she
it's
doesn't,
not persistent. You're just consistent. That's the word. Like, when you say stuff, you actually mean it. You know, it's not like sometimes people are like, oh, you can tell me anything. And then I do. And they're like, oh, it becomes different. And that's when I'm like, fuck, I fucked it up. Like, I said something and I fucked it up, and I'd rather not. But with you, it's like, you actually mean what you say, and you're very consistent with what you say too. So it also makes it, like, I feel safer. You know what I mean? I have issues with making relationships, chat. You know this. Everyone knows this. I'm not very secretive about it. That's why when I say, it's like, I have trouble making actual connections with people, but when I do have a connection with someone, I would die for them. Like, I would live for them and I die for them, because it's so hard for me to reach that point, because I'm scared. Most of the things I have is out of pure fear, But you know what? Not everyone is like that. You know, like over time you're gonna realize there are people that are not gonna treat you properly, but there are people that will treat you properly, vice versa. The people like that you keep, right? And you treasure them. But how the fuck do you find that? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you find these people? You have to open up, and I'm scared of doing that. But with Numi, girl, I've told you so much shit at this point. If you're like, oh, I need you to open up more, I would lose it. I feel like there's not much to say anymore. Because one thing, I don't open up to people that haven't opened up to me. Because I don't know how far I can take shit, you know? Like, with Numi, when I first talked to her, it's like she wants to understand me, but I don't really know what kind of person she's like. So I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you too much. Like, I'm just gonna tell you like the most basic shit, but not too much, because I don't know how crazy it's gonna get. So
Bro, I don't even know. I just like, people want to understand me too, but I'm like, I don't even understand myself. So a lot of the times I'll just say shit. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know if I'm easy to understand or hard to understand, or if I'm complicated. Because people will either say I'm the most complex person that they know, or just like very emotionally detached, or so emotionally attached that I'm unattached. And I'm like, what the fuck is it then? Like, what is it then? Like, I don't know. And so like, I will just, if I trust the person, I will tell them how I feel and shit. And so like, when I'm with Michi, like, and now it's like, if she opens up to me and she'll ask me things, I will answer whatever she asks, I will answer it. Like, I don't even want to give an opportunity to not speak if she asks me things, because like, it's at 50-50. Like there are two ways, you know, we're both like looking at each other. Like, she's giving up things for me, why would I not do the same? And I'm like, fuck, I don't even know. Like, I hope this is like good, because I don't even know. Like, I got really bad identity issue shit. I don't know. But like, and that's why every time like we would talk and stuff, I would be like, is this like okay? Like, am I doing okay? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Like, I start getting nervous afterward. Like, in the beginning, I'm fine. And you probably noticed that too. It's like afterwards where I start getting really like really freak the fuck out. It's like after that, a little opposite in a way. It's like with Michi, you get to know her, and then she decides to choose you after that, and she's like, nice. And then she's like, all right, I guess this is it. And then me, it's the other way. What is that? Like anxious, avoidant. I don't fucking know, but I'm just at that point.
Like, it's like easier for you in the start, and then you get more nervous in the end. I'm like nervous in the start, and I'm like comfortable in the end.
Yeah, I get really freaked out afterwards, and I never know. And then that's why, like, she, like, there's just a random day where I just kind of switched up, and then she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, it's just me. I don't know if you're, I don't know. Like, are you gonna, like, do you hate me? Do you like, and then she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, my bad.
I didn't say what the fuck. I actually comforted you, because you know what? It's now my time to be like, chill. It's time to relax. But I actually do say stuff. I try. I try to say stuff.
My favorite time was like when we were like in my music studio, and then I like was showing her a song, and then afterwards I was like, it's kind of sad, and then I just start crying, and she's just like, oh. I cried for like 2 hours, and then I was like, why is Pangea not a thing anymore? And then it was just great. It was great.
But you know what? I was there. I'm telling you, it's a 50-50, okay? She carried the start. I'll pick it up in the end. It's okay. But not gonna lie though, I'm a very big, like, once I'm like, okay, you know what? I will, like, you are that person in my life. Yeah, you can't really get rid of me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be like, anything you do, if you're like, oh, I need time away from you for, I don't know, 3 years. I'll wait. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, she hates. I'll wait. Like, I'll be like, oh.
Bro, she fucking said that shit to me too. She's like, yeah, if you want, like, ever want that for like a couple years. I'm like, a couple years? Hello? She's like, well, I wouldn't be very happy about it. I'm like, I wouldn't be either. Why? What do you mean by that?
It's like one of those things that, like, there is nothing you can do that will make me be like, oh, that's not okay for me. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever, and I'd be like, I understand it. I don't explain it. It's like,
I understand the sentiment, but I don't think if people need time and space, that 1 year is even remotely fit. Like, no, I think you know how you feel or what's going on after maybe a couple months at most, if you're really just worried about your mental or some shit. But like if somebody's like, no, I can't talk to you for a couple years, I'd be like, okay, goodbye. Like if you said that to me, like I need a couple years of space from you, I'd be like, okay, goodbye. What the fuck? What a couple years? Who I don't even know what I'm gonna be eating for lunch later on, you know? A couple years.
Okay, it's a sentiment thing. It's like I would wait for you, which honestly, I'm more of a doer. Waiting is hell for me, but I would wait for you. Aga. At this point, Jen, I swear, she's like,
wait.
She's like, do you like spend time with me? And I'm like, I willingly spent a whole month with you, and I will do it again because I actually like spending time with you. I don't
God.
know. It's one of those. Every time I look back at it, us like getting this close is one of those things that I'm like, I never really expected it, but I'm happy it happened because damn,
There's no need to question it at some point. That's like one thing I say to her all the time. I'm like, I think it was our canon event. Like this shit, it felt like the stars aligned and just lit a path for us with the foreskins in Noombas like pointing where we need to go, like to each other type shit. Like it's like every fucking time I tried it, I'm like, wow, like this is crazy how like all of this like happened. I'm like, no, like it kind of makes sense because like the more you think about it, the more you're just like, what? But then you're like, no, it's because everything happened because it was supposed to. And normally I'm not a big believer in that, but this was one of those cases where it's like, no, like I don't know how else to think about it because I don't. One of my biggest fears is being vulnerable around people. And she's like the one person that I was like vulnerable with. And I'm like, there's no other way. I never be open in like that, like ever. And like I told her that I looked at her, I'm like, I'm not normally vulnerable. This is weird for me. And she's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah, if you decide to just dip out for 50 years after this, I'm gonna need a little bit of rehabilitation with my therapist at this point.
I'm happy that you feel comfortable being vulnerable around me though, because I am also vulnerable around you. So I'm like, yay.
That's when our biggest bonding moment was us both confessing that we would die without the other. Ugh, good shit.
So I love that. Okay, I love how she said it that way, but she was like, if one day I hate you, what would you do? And I'm like, I'd probably be really sad. I'd probably kill myself. She's like,
oh my God, this is the most out of context shit for you to bring up.
That's true. Yeah, that doesn't feel very good, does it? Does it? Not you being like, she said something. I can't tell you guys, but it's so fucked up. And
that was literally last week with the call where I was like genuine. Oh my God, that was a joke. This is a real fucking conversation we had when I was tweaking and crashing out last week.
No, it wasn't that one. It was when we were after the aquarium. That part was like a joke. I was like, I mean, I would be really sad. I would be really, really sad. And she was like, oh, okay. We're on the same page. It wasn't that one,
yeah, because I could never tell. And then like when she was like, yeah, I would be like really fucking sad if you left my life. And I was like, oh, period, me too. Wow, now I know she cares about me because I need to just hear it, guys. Like that's my verbal, like the reassurance and stuff.
Why was there 2 times? No, the second one was that was like a serious conversation. It was like that was after the trip, and I genuinely was like, me gripping your shoulder. I'm like, I think I'd lose my mind. But yeah, that was like
that was a big lock-in moment. That was a very big lock-in moment.
We're both crashing out during that time. We were having a crash out, okay? So I'm like, So it was a more serious, I'm crashing out, you're crashing out. Are we at the same page? Conversation. But the one I'm referring to was the joke one.
The last last week, the conversations had to end with us being like, we're on the same page, right? And we're like, yes. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then the next day we were not on the same page, and I was like, we like took turns. It was like first time it was me crashing out and then her reassuring me, and then the next day it was her crashing out and me reassuring her. And so it was like, okay, same page. Thank fucking God. And then we were like, wow, I'm glad we talked and got through everything. Let's hopefully never do this again. And
honestly, let's not. Next time if this ever happens again, we're just like, you know what? Let's just The turn-based crash out. Yeah, it's so over. It was so over. And you know what makes it worse, chat? Every time it's like, let's say I'm crashing out, okay, and I crash out midday, I have to wait for her to wake up, vice versa. So it's like every time we have a crash out and we're like, I'm crashing out. Time to wait for approximately 8.5 hours. And then that's when you're like, 8 hours. I'm crashing out.
You know, at least you had prior reassurance because we talked the day before. Like, I just crazy. And then she's like, well, you know, I was feeling a lot better because we talked. I'm like, yeah, good thing you had that. I fucking didn't. And then like, it was so funny. She woke up. She's like, good morning. And I'm like, hey, can we talk? And
yeah. I was like, I woke up extra early to set up for stream. And then I was like, good morning. And she's like, hey. And I'm like, so I immediately was on my computer and I'm like, hey guys, stream will be late. I was like, 1 second guys, 1 second. Hey. I was so confused. I was like,
no guys, it was so funny. She was
today.
Like, what? She goes like, what? That's one of my favorite Michi reactions. Like, she's like shocked by something. She'll be like, what? And then
I wasn't shocked, bitch. I was appalled. I just woke up. My voice was like, hey, good morning. And then she said some shit and I was like, huh? I was appalled. But it's okay. We worked through it. It was so like, me when she comes out of nowhere. Yeah, that was literally me. Chat. The what emote was literally me that day. Like bright early in the morning for me.
And then guys, picture this. That was her one morning, and then we talked and we were cool. Think about that. The next day, I wake up and I feel a disturbance in the force at like 6:45 a.m. my time. So for her, she waits till nighttime for me to wake up. But for me, it's like I have like the clock for Indonesia. So I was like looking at my phone. I'm like, she'll probably be up in a couple hours. She usually wakes up around this time. This is probably gonna be okay. This is gonna be fine because I just want to talk about shit immediately because I'm like, I cannot like, because the last time I tried to take some time to think, Michi like went insane and it was like 2 or 3 days of me just like, I was still replying, mind you. I was still replying, just not in my normal like, hi, good morning, princess. It was just like, no, I'm okay. I'm just like going through it right now. And she was like, and then she was like, I was like crashing the fuck out. Like, and I was like, what do you mean? And so then this time I was like, okay, let's talk about this right now. And then the next morning, 6:45, feel a disturbance. And then she's like, hey, can we talk? And I'm like, oh dear God. Like, oh dear God, like it's happening again.
It was one of those times like I knew something was wrong and you're not telling me what's wrong. And I'm like, what's it's something really bad. I didn't think it had anything to do with me. I just thought you're going through it. And I'm like, oh my God, why is she secluding herself? What's going on? Do I have to fly right now? Because I was worried. So like, oh, usually she talks about it. If it's not a big deal, she would talk about it. So it has to be a big deal. It's a massive deal. It's a huge deal. Yeah, it was 2 days.
Can we talk is diabolical? No, dude, guys, it was like really funny because like
it's diabolical.
Like she still was like very cute and neutral about it until she heard my tone of voice. Like when I said like, hey, can we talk? She's like, oh, she wants to talk. And then
I was like, oh, she wants to talk to me before stream. Yay!
She's like,
mood up.
Good morning. And then I'm just like, hey. And then she. You know that one TikTok where it's like when you're trying to be silly and then like your friend like opens the call with the most like with the tone and then you just immediately get the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like you're dressed up as a silly outfit and it's like the call button and it's like I hate him. Yeah. I'll never see him anything again. And then you're just like, oh, that's how I felt. Literally.
Oh my God, do you remember that when you were at my place and I was like using my nebulizer and then my friend calls me and I'm just like, I was like, hey, what's up? And she's like, are you busy right now? I'm like, I'm just I'm huffing on my nebulizer. I got asthma right now. And she's like, this happened to me. And then I immediately just spring up. I just jump out of the bed and I leave the room.
I was literally right there. I was folding her clothes. I was folding our clothes. And she was just like, hey, what's good? What's happening? Good looking? And something happened. She was like, oh shit. Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. And then I was like, she left the room. I was like, wow, it took her 0.1 second to lock in. So funny.
I lock in immediately, just like when with that one time when we were driving home with you like offhandedly saying one thing. Clocked in immediately. I am so serious mode, like straight up like void stare. I'm like like I need to speak about it because like if I don't, I will think about it like I will just not stop thinking about it, and I will have anxiety over it, and I will go insane until I figure out what is going on. And so like even if it's like not as serious, I just need to know, and I need to figure out if it's because of something I said or just something that happened that made things happen. I'm like I need to but like, you know, a good thing is though, Michi will like talk and like tell me, and she like she's doing so great because like if I ask about something, she'll tell me immediately, and I know she's telling the truth because she passed that one test, and like I know she's a horrible liar, like one of the worst liars I've ever known in my life. And so I know when she talks to me, she means it. It's so like reassuring. It really is.
Dude, I say this to so many people. I'm like, I want you to know, if I'm gonna lie, it's because I don't say anything at all. Okay, like that's the best I can do because I can't lie for shit.
Oh, it's so good right. Because her face will contort. Right. And it's so fucking cute. And I'll be like, did this happen? And she'll be like, no. And then, oh my God. Like, dude, oh, it's so fucking funny. And then I'm like, okay, she's lying. And she's like, what? And I'm like, she's lying.
I'm just trying my best, man.
I tell people because then we could talk.
Yeah, I can't lie for shit, chat. And when I go nonverbal, it shows on my face. So that's why sometimes when people are like, tell me your honest opinion, I'm like, honestly, you're gonna get it. Like, you're gonna get whether you like it or not, bitch. Because if I lie, you'll know. And it's gonna be weirder. So... Yeah,
well, you can't even, like, pretend or act or anything, too. Because even when she goes nonverbal... Okay, I know how she acts around me. Because we were around each other for, like, a whole month. So she knows my behavior and I know hers. And it's like when we're in a room full of people, we're like unconsciously also worrying about each other and our well-being and shit. And so like if she just shuts off, I know something's wrong. And so I'm like, what's up? And then she's like, I'm just a little overstimulated. And then like a minute later, she's like, well, this happened. I'm like, okay. And then like for me, I will do that. I don't think I just go like the same way you do. I will just actively like turn around and just face completely away from everything and just sit in a corner or something. So it's very obvious if I'm not in a good mood, and then she'll be like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm fine.
And I'm like, she's not. Naruto. See, I'm reading cues, chat. I'm telling you, I've improved.
She's learning to read cues. It's so good. I'm so proud of her.
I'm getting it. It's clicking in my brain now. Aha!
I have a question for you. What time was your collab?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The plan was I'm gonna stream late so I can raid into Zen, because Zen has her anniversary stream, so I wanted to be able to raid into her and then we're gonna hang out. But they were already mid game and Mata told me they needed like 30 more minutes, so I'm like, okay.
Yippee. Okay. I was so worried. I finally get some good Michi time and
I love it. We're gonna hang out again like next week and then the week after.
Are we actually? I thought you didn't want to.
I want to. You know what's crazy though? We're going to hang out so much. It's gonna be great. Me when I'm like, you're gonna get so sick of me.
Wait, so are we finalizing that?
I'll send you the... Let me open Hammer Time. I'll send you the Hammer Time.
Guys, this is so different from our conversation like yesterday. Because I was like, you want to do this? And she's like, I can't. I was like...
Yeah, because I had to schedule stuff first, but I tried to get all my schedule sorted like today. So I think it's
was like kind of busy, and then I was like, oh, so should we postpone it? She's like, no, but I want to play the game with you, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do from here. Like,
listen, okay, it's fine. I started a schedule. I'll send you the Hammer Time. As also, it didn't help that Hammer Time was down yesterday. I don't know what's up with a lot of things crashing recently, but. Yeah, I got to go. I gotta yeet over to a collab. But thanks for hanging out with me today.
Are we gonna hang out in the time that I sent? Wait, let me... it's the third one.
Okay, we can do that.
Afterwards, I have to lock in for my debut.
Okay.
And then I ban her from it.
You are so funny. She thinks she's so funny.
It'll be like a cute little thing because she banned me for her debut and I'll ban her for mine. Because it was a special event, but the difference is it'll be my birthday.
If you ban me on your birthday, I'm going to actually malt. I am going to malt, and you might not understand, but chat will understand why I would malt so fucking hard. But it's okay. I would accept it by the end of the day, but you will very much hear how upset I am. But it's okay. I'll understand. It's your birthday.
You know what?
It's up to you.
Your tone of voice right now, I think, told me enough. I was being a little silly, and she reacted a lot more strongly than I expected.
So bad. It's okay.
Oh,
it's okay. I get it. I get it though. It's up to you, I guess. I don't
you're
care.
gonna be here for my birthday?
What? Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
You're right. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Shit. What? Me when she says shit. Achievement unlocked. The fact that I was downloading a game, chat, and the Steam achievement sound effect played when I was raging was so funny. I crashed out so bad I got an accomplishment. Accomplishment, neighbors woken.
God, I hope the gift that Michi gives to me is her in a box.
Oh yeah. Okay, guys. I guess we have to do that. All right.
Yay. Why do you make it sound like you're just like, I guess?
Me when I
Guys, do you think she likes
plan.
me? Do you think she...
Oh, all right. I got to go. I have this collab. I love you, girl.
Have a nice collab. I love you. I love you,
you
14.
too.
Love you, new buds. Have a great rest of your stream.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Wait. Third, number three.
Yes,
Lock in
number three. Number three.
Okay, Slay.
Yes,
Okay.
number 3.
Yay.
Yay.
Bye. I love you guys. Bye.
She's so fucking me when she rage baits me and then she's suddenly so sweet to me. What am I gonna do? What am I actually gonna do? God! When she's so sweet to me and then she purposely tries to piss me off. It's okay though. And I love how she's like, but I thought you're busy. And na. I can't say anything, can I? I'm not gonna say anything. But it's fine. It's fine. I can. Hold up. I can handle it. I can handle it. It's fine. It's just so easier. It's easier to handle it when she's not trying to rage bait me. Damn bitch, my bad. God, it's okay though. I love when she does that and she says the nicest thing. Joke lang. She's so funny, guys. She's so funny. Don't forget to subscribe. Rate this 10 out of 10 stars and give love to Bao.